So hey everybody, Debbie Cowan here with Prime Lending, and I've got one of my dearest and oldest friends from Ocala, Caryn Lynch, here with SellState Superior. And I'm so glad you were able to come in and join. I just love seeing you. I've missed you.
I know, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. And so Caryn, just one of the reasons why I do this video is really to highlight you as an agent, but also to let the community know some things that may or may not be something you want me to tell. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. But but tell everybody, how long have you been in real estate, and how did you get into it?
I moved here in 2010.
Right.
And I think you said that's the same year you moved here.
It is.
It was in 2010.
Yep.
And I just had to reinvent myself. I came from upstate New York, and I needed a whole new life.
Mm-hmm.
And so a good friend of mine said, you'd make a good real estate agent. And
she was right.
I was living in a home that was going into foreclosure. So I decided to take real estate classes just so I knew my rights.
Okay. Oh.
That was the only reason. I wasn't even going to be an agent. And once I got into the classes, I fell in love. And I was like, I love this. I love learning. I love the law. I love everything about this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it just
And you took your license?
Yep.
Now, what were you doing before? I mean, were you working?
I owned a business in upstate New York.
Okay.
And I walked away from everything.
Wow. What kind of business?
It was a very successful cleaning business.
Really?
Not like here in Florida,
Yeah.
but I had employees and we had a name, and we did lots of businesses, and I think it was the most money I think I've ever made.
Wow.
Yeah, and I loved it.
And you walked away?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, because I needed to get out of New York, and I needed a change. And
how'd you wind up in Ocala?
That's interesting. I went on this website called findyourspot.com, and it asked me a series of over 100 questions all about what I do and don't want in a place to live.
Right.
And Ocala came up number 1.
What?
Yep. A place in South Carolina came up number 2, and I visited both of them a few times, and I saw the horses and the carriages and the lights at the square during Christmas.
You were here in December.
And that was it.
That was it.
Like, I'm here. This is my home.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I ever knew that.
Yes.
So when the boys came, they all came with you.
Yeah, obviously. Well, my oldest didn't because he was already in the Army.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So were they like in a culture shock coming from New York to here?
No, not really, because this is a lot like upstate New York, except the taxes are better, the people are better, and the weather is better.
Yeah.
But it's a lot like New York.
So you were upstate New York?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, not
okay.
the city.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, and you've never looked back, I'm sure, right?
No.
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 You have.
I love it here,
yeah, I do too. Yeah, and we talked a little bit, too, about how Ocala's changed a little bit, and we're not so much of that small little town. Because in 2010, I mean, I think at that point, if I remember right, they just started building Heathbrook, with the mall.
Brand new.
I know.
I remember so much land.
Yes.
Around here. You used to be able to drive around. Now I hardly. Sometimes I'm like, where am I?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I didn't realize that building was there, and
and
that business was there.
And it's still doing it, too.
Yeah.
It's still doing it. There's
Everywhere.
still a lot of growth with businesses.
All 4 quadrants.
Yes.
Of
Yep.
Ocala.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everything you're cooking now is vegan that I see on, really?
Pretty much, yeah. So I've been doing it for about 18 months.
Now, can you eat sugar and stuff?
Yes, but it has to be organic raw sugar.
Okay.
And I also use a lot less of it because I make my own salsa recipe I got from a friend of mine, Angela. But so I make low sugar, sugar-free things. Yeah, vegan, organic. Mainly I stick to organic though. That's really important. So there's pesticides in everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So do you do all your own cooking? You don't really go out much?
No, not really.
Nope, and you work in a restaurant and you don't eat any of that stuff?
As a matter of fact, I fast all day.
Oh.
And I don't even eat until about 5 o'clock that night.
So,
just on Tuesdays when I work at the restaurant. And I just go all day without eating, and I feel great.
Oh, wow.
It just boosts my metabolism. And
good for
once
you.
Once a week I do a 24-hour fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my husband, Paul, he told me.
I know Paul.
Yeah, I know you do. He was going to go on a 40-day fast. And he had read up on it for people who have diabetes, and he wanted to lose weight and all this. And I was just like, first of all, you will never make it past day 2. So don't do this. So, because he's trying now to kind of get healthy and stuff too. But he was like, I read it, Debbie. It's on. You know, I can do it. All I'm going to do is just drink water. You can live on water for 40 days. And I said, yeah, I know most people can, but I've been married to this guy for 38 years, and every time he goes, that's it. All I'm ever going to eat is vegetables from now on. I'm not going to eat anything else but vegetables.
The very next day he's cooking up a steak.
or he's getting a donut or something, you know, something stupid. So, but he is trying to get on a health kick too. So I'm trying to support and not make too much fun of him, you know. But it's hard.
The thing is it really is a matter of how bad you want it.
Yeah,
if you really want it, you can do it.
So now you've been doing it for 18 months.
Yeah,
so
easy.
it's just normal for you. Have you tried? If you cheat, do you feel different?
I don't, because my body's able to quickly process it.
It
because
is.
It's healthy.
But if you cheat.
Yeah.
And you're okay. I mean, you can cheat and you don't feel bad. It doesn't kick you into a...
Nope, because my body can handle it.
Okay.
Because it's not every day, every meal. You know, we in Jesus' day. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. In Jesus' day.
Yes, please do.
Okay. So thank you. But you know, kings were overweight and they died young because they lived on a king's diet. Lots of meat, lots of bread, lots of all this stuff. And the paupers lived longer because they lived on a pauper's diet where meat was a once in a while thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so if you live like that, live on a
Well, what do they say?
diet.
They talk about not a Mediterranean diet, but
the blue zone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all about the blue zones.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a lot like Mediterranean.
You're right.
But the blue zones are where it's at.
Okay.
I told my kids, this is crazy, okay? But I told my kids.
You have 3 boys.
I have 4.
You have 4?
I have 4 sons. Yeah.
Why did I think you had 3?
I don't know.
Ryan's your oldest.
No, my oldest is in the Army.
That's why, because he's gone. Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay.
Okay, so I told my kids, I said, when this couch that I have wears out, I'm not getting another couch. I'm going to buy mats and we're going to sit on the floor because it's healthier, because you're moving and you're up and down. You're not sitting lethargically on the couch all day. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
You are going to.
I know it's crazy, but I'm going to get rid of my furniture.
Oh my God, you have transformed everything. So, so do the boys eat too? I
was just going to tell you that. I've been doing this 18 months, and my son, Ryan, he's 33 now.
Right.
He just started 6 months ago, and he said he's never felt better in his life. And because of watching the transformation of my son, Ryan, my 21-year-old just got on board a month ago, and he's already lost like 8 or 9 pounds. He's like, this is a miracle. He said, I can't believe how good I feel. I'm sleeping better. I have energy.
So give me a run of what a day would be for food. For breakfast, because you can't have eggs, can't have cheese, can't have dairy.
No, but usually what I do is drink only water until about noon.
Okay. And they do the same, your kids?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
okay.
they're about the same. And I didn't tell them to do
right,
this,
but
it just kind of worked that way. And then we start our day off with our juice.
Okay.
This great big huge thing. It's got beets, carrots, celery, lemons, lime, apple, turmeric, garlic, ginger, and it's so good. It's like a homemade V8.
Okay.
It's so good.
Is it green?
No.
Okay, good.
No, it's red like beets.
Okay.
It's like V8.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And so that right there is jam-packed with so many vitamins that you don't feel hungry.
Yep.
Because when your body's getting the nutrients it needs, you're no longer hungry.
Right.
The reason we're hungry is because our body needs nutrients. And when you eat garbage food, you still feel like you could eat more.
Right,
because your body hasn't gotten what it needs.
Right. Oh my gosh. And then you cook dinner every night.
No, they're older.
Okay.
So we all kind of cook for ourselves.
Okay.
A lot of times we will cook together
right.
if we're going to all have the same thing.
Right.
But our schedules are so different that they cook for themselves.
So do they just make something vegetables?
Well, I usually make like a cabbage soup, so that we have that all week. Or we have
which is the typical diet cabbage soup with the tomatoes and vegetables and all that. I love that.
Yeah.
That I love.
Yep. And then sometimes we have I make these salads that have absolutely everything in them.
Uh-huh.
And homemade dressing, so that's
Good. I'm so happy for you. I mean, I have another friend that's actually a real estate agent too, and she just started doing a bunch of juicing and doing the same thing. And she said she's never felt better. She's lost weight, and she's starting to really exercise a lot more now. And
because she has the energy to do it.
She feels good. She says, I've never felt so good. So there must be something to it. I'll have to check it out.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
There's a reason those people in the blue zones live to be 100. And our people are dying in 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Now, do you do coffee at all?
Yes.
You do coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Black. Can't have creamer. Can't have sugar.
and I was just complaining because they missed my sugar and my coffee.
But I buy organic coffee from a store in town, and a lot of times I get like this French vanilla flavor.
Okay, so it has some flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to real estate and the market that we're in right now. So you've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, right? So
I've seen a lot of changes.
Yep. And so what do you think about where we are today?
Well, I think I was telling you earlier, I feel kind of sad. I went into the business because I wanted to help make people's dreams come true. And dreams aren't coming true right now.
Yeah.
Very far and few between.
You think it's more the affordability issues, or people?
I think it's a mix. I mean, when I know we're not going to talk about politics, but politics actually play a lot of a role in real estate.
Yeah.
And people don't feel secure in this market right now. You know, interest rates are up.
Yep.
Prices are up.
Right.
There's not a lot of inventory. People need homes. Something's got to give.
I mean, that's exactly what, I was on a market call on Tuesday, and we talked about the same thing. I mean, sometimes I think that this is such an easy fix as far as what we could do to bring it back. I mean, such an easy fix. And Gabby and I were talking about it earlier too, and it's just, if we became energy efficient, again, that we could do overnight.
Yeah.
The cost of oil and all the goods and all these things that we're trying
Politics.
to, but I mean, overnight, that would change so much now, and it's an easy fix. But for whatever reason, we're not. It's not getting done.
But you know as well as I do, this is real estate.
It's a trend.
It ebbs and it flows, and it's going to break somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to, and we're in an election year next year.
Yes.
So things are going to, and what goes up must come down.
That's right.
Right. So I mean, I had
What
that.
Is that Newton's law or Murphy's law?
Yeah, Murphy's. Every time I have a conversation in today's market with any client, it's the same one over and over again. It's ugly.
Yep.
If you love the house and you can afford the payment, it's not a life sentence.
That's what people don't understand.
Right. You're not.
They can refinance.
And they go, well, what's it going to cost to refinance? Well, if your rate is 7.5 today, and you can get down to 4 again, it's irrelevant.
Worth the difference.
I mean, it's going to make, and I said, or many times we have programs where we just pay the closing costs because it's a refinance boom.
Yes, right.
So, I mean, there's a lot of different things, but that's the conversation I have to have all the time, is that, you may not want to refinance, but you will want to because you're not going to keep this rate. No one's going to keep the rate they're getting today.
No.
So the matter with my situation, it's more, can you afford the payment today?
Right.
And that's the main thing. It's all about affordability, because where we live, where we are, we don't have a lot of, corporate industry type jobs. I mean, there are some, but I mean, and I've noticed too that with people coming in, we talked about it a little bit before, we still have such an influx of people coming in that they're paying a lot of cash, or they're putting half down, and they're doing everything they can to keep that payment manageable if they can, or no payment at all.
Yep.
Because, but the reality of it is too, is that people who have the cash that are pulling from their investments because they weren't doing well anyway, so they said, why not, just pay cash, and my investments are not paying well right now. Well, now the investments are back up again. So I think we'll see a little bit more of that, where they maybe not pay cash for the whole thing, maybe pay half or whatever.
Yeah.
But, it's funny because
I'm seeing a lot of half.
Yeah.
A lot of half payments there,
Yep, because they have to do something. Nobody wants, I mean, I was trying to get a guy approved yesterday for a $200,000 house, and he makes decent money for
Right.
here. He makes $5,200 a month.
Right.
But he had some student loans. He had a car payment, and I could barely get him into 200 because of the taxes and insurance and everything else that's gone up in Florida now too. So.
And 200 now isn't the same as 200 2 years
No,
ago.
oh my gosh,
3
3
years
years.
ago.
Yeah. I mean, when I can remember if you did a $250,000 house, it was a really
It
nice
was
house.
nice.
Yeah, it was a really. I mean, at 300, you were kind of a millionaire. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Yeah.
Yep.
So now you're lucky if you can even get into anything under 250.
I've seen so much development though, and a lot of cookie cutter homes are affordable.
They
But
are.
there's so many. There's just so many.
Yeah, it's. But I mean, I'm glad that they have something, but I don't know what kind of value those will keep at some
Right.
point, but you're right.
That's
They
what I
are
thought, yeah.
cookie cutter and they're just all the same. And,
Yep.
and
And unfortunately, I've seen personally lately where I was trying to sell a home in a beautiful neighborhood, but they came in and built a whole bunch of cookie cutter homes
took the
and
value.
brought down the value of
I-
everybody who's been there forever.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Painful.
Yeah.
Painful.
And that's, I mean, and literally it's like you live on the right side of the tracks or the wrong side in that in specific
Your
subdivisions.
next door neighbor could be on the opposite side
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
tracks.
and they don't. I mean, they don't want that. I mean, if they're going to be
Right.
paying $700,000, $800,000 for a house, then-
People don't want that next door.
Nope, and
Yep.
yep. So a lot of the dynamics of how Ocala, Marion County has formed over the last couple of years has really changed a lot.
Yeah.
So who would have thought our little, country town
Yep.
that nobody heard of and couldn't pronounce?
We're on the
Ocala.
map now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ocala. Everybody said that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like that. There is
Yep.
no doubt that it was. We have made some changes. There is
Yep.
no doubt. So, are we good? What is that? I keep thinking that you're looking at me. You're giving me a dirty look.
No, it's because, so I can cut this out. Do you want to end it? And then I want you to redo the beginning part where you asked about who she is because I'm not 100% sure
Yeah.
if it recorded right.
Yeah.
And if anything, we'll just piece it all together.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you want to go ahead and wrap this, what are we talking about up? And then,
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I have one more thing.
There we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So so Caryn, I know in your past because you've kind of done a lot of things, right?
I have.
A lot of things.
I've reinvented myself many times.
Yep. And you used to be, was it a radio host or DJ or
DJ,
So-
aka on-air personality.
no? So tell me, where was that?
That was started in Kentucky and a little bit in Tennessee, and I did it in New York State.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
I could see you. I can so see you in this.
I have to still say to this day, it was the most fun job I've ever had.
I was gonna. Now, what did you do? Were you like music? Was
Yeah.
it talk show?
Yep. I've done all different genres of music, but the main genre that I did was country.
It was.
And I'm very much a country girl at heart.
Mm-hmm.
I've always called myself a misplaced Southerner, so I don't know why I'm in Florida. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah, because we have discovered that Florida's not the South.
No, it's
right?
not. You pass the South to get here. The Bible Belt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I mostly did country, and the thing I loved about it was the fast pace, because every 3.5 minutes you're changing
Do
songs.
something.
I had to cut commercials.
Yep.
I had to do PSAs. I had to give the time. I had to give the weather, and I had to take callers. And I'm going to take caller number 10.
Oh, that is so cool.
You're caller number 7.
Yeah.
You're caller number 8. And give away prizes.
Yep.
I did live remotes places. This is Caryn Klein. From,
Oh, my gosh.
Blah 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 radio station.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
yeah.
Now, why'd you get out of it?
Because they started to go to recording my shift. I would go in for an hour and record 8 hours of being on the radio.
Oh, really?
And then I would have people say, I tried to call you at the station the other day. You never picked up the phone. What's wrong with that? I'm like, I'm not really there.
So you would put 8 hours of content into 1 hour?
Yep.
How in the world did you do that? That's
Yep.
crazy.
Because you just record your voice. You look at the music.
Oh.
And you know what's coming up next. And you're like, and now here's blah,
Okay.
blah, blah, And then sometimes the machine would mess up and play the wrong song and make me look like an idiot. And I'm like, that's not the right
So
song.
what did they do it for cost cutting, or what was the
Yeah.
reason it
Yeah.
was cost cutting?
Yeah.
So you probably lost money doing that too?
Well, I was bored.
Yeah.
Well, what's
I mean,
the fun? All
one
the
day,
fun was
yeah,
gone.
yeah. Did you do it in the evenings or the mornings? What was your?
My regular shift was usually either 2 to 7 in the afternoon or 7 to midnight.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do the morning shift. I'm not a morning person.
No, me neither.
Yeah,
So.
but it was really cool because that was another job where I could still take my kid with me, because right after I'd given birth to my youngest son, I have a picture of me sitting in front of the microphone with my baby sleeping in the carriage, you know.
Oh my gosh.
As long as he wasn't making noise, I could turn the microphone on.
Yeah, in fact, one of the girls that I was doing earlier, we talked about, when I started in this business, my daughter was like, a baby too.
Yeah.
And I'd leave her in the corner. We had a little play area for her, and as long as she was, we'd make sure that she was quiet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would do feedings and stuff like that too. So, there's a lot of stuff, that we had to do as working moms.
Yeah.
And the first, really, one of the things that I talked about with a friend of mine the other day was we're really the first generation that had to work outside the home and raise a family.
And still have a family.
And I mean, we have blown that trail.
Yeah.
We have created that trail. I don't know if it's better or worse that we didn't. That we were the last. We were the only generation or the first generation that didn't have didn't have your mom at home.
Right.
And I don't know.
That's why I homeschooled my kids. I would homeschool them while I did real estate.
Oh my gosh.
So that I didn't have to be away from them. And my youngest can remember going on showings with me.
I remember. Yeah. I remember you were doing that.
Carry all my keys and he'd be like, let's go, Mom.
Now, did you do it with all your boys?
Yes, but then I wasn't in real estate.
Okay, right. But you've always homeschooled.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
In New York, I homeschooled just because there wasn't enough teacher for how many students there were. I didn't feel like my kids were getting one-on-one attention.
Right. Okay.
And then now here in Florida, I did it for all different reasons. Safety.
Yep.
Now what they're being taught.
Oh my, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna regulate what you're taught.
And all boys have graduated. They're all.
Oh yeah.
You did good, Mom.
Thank you.
You did good, Mom.
They're all happy.
That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. They're all happy. And
that's
successful,
what I say all the time.
People.
Yeah, that's all I ever wanted. I wanted them to be happy and good and kind people, and I'm very blessed with the two. And now I have a daughter that is getting married next week.
Yeah. Going to Tampa.
Going to Tampa and going to start a whole new journey. This is her second marriage, and so she's got her 2 girls, and he's got 2 girls. So they're going to have 4 girls together, all under the age of 8.
Oh my goodness.
So
I'm going to pray for her.
Pray for her, and pray for me, because now I've got 4 granddaughters.
Yes,
I have 5. My oldest one though is 21. So, but now I've got 4
under 8.
Under 8, and so pray for me,
yes,
because she'll just push them off on me.
Yes.
So yeah, but no, I love them, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it.
Grandma's awesome. So.
Oh, it is. It's the best thing ever. It is. Okay, well, thanks everybody for watching us today, and thank you so much, Caryn, for doing this. And remember, she's with SellState Superior, and she's one of the very best. So give her a call.